Well, let's see. I wrote down Deuteronomy chapter 2 and Luke chapter 6. All right, let's see. Here's Moses, Deuteronomy 2:23. He says, "At that time I prayed earnestly." He was praying and asking God and seeking God. He wanted to enter into the promised land. And he tells the Lord, "Lord, I know that you have shown me only the beginning of the great and wonderful things you are going to do. There is no God in heaven or on earth who can do the mighty things that you have done." And he says, "Let me cross the Jordan River, Lord, and see the fertile land on the other side, the beautiful hill country, and the Lebanon mountains." And then he's like praying and asking God, and then he just says, "But because of you people," it's like, man, poor Moses. "It was because of you people the Lord was angry with me and would not listen." Instead, he said, God tells Moses, "That's enough. Don't mention this again. Go to the peak of Mount Pisgah and look at to the north, to the south, the east, and the west. Look carefully at what you see, because you will never go across the Jordan." And then he tells him, "Give Joshua his instructions. Strengthen his determination, because he will lead the people across to occupy the land that you see." Moses was only able to see the promise and not enter. And so it says that we remained in a valley opposite of the town. Luke 6 records Jesus went up on a hill to pray, and he spent the whole night praying. So I guess he spent the whole night praying. Jesus spent the whole night praying. And when 420 came, he called his disciples and he chose 12 of them. And as he chose 12, it says he came down and there was a whole bunch of other disciples, and he began to heal them. He drove out demons, and all the people were trying to get to him because there was power coming out. What a testimony. Power was just coming forth from him. So I guess what I'm trying to say is he began to teach them, talking about, you're happy if you're poor, you're happy if you're hungry. If you're sad now, it's all good. You know, you should be happy when people hate you and reject you and insult you and say you're evil because of me. He says, be glad when that happens and dance, throw a party, because great is your reward in heaven. And he goes, you know what? Don't sweat this, because the very same things as they treated me and how they did it to the prophets of old, the prophets that had the I guess the boldness to go up to the high priest, all the religious hypocrites, the liars, the deceivers. They're supposed to be the godly men speaking the truth and leading a nation and country and a church and a pastor and speak the truth, but yet they killed every prophet that spoke the truth to them. And you know what? All you compromisers, he says, how terrible when all people speak well of you, because their ancestors said the very same thing about false prophets. Wow. Today's pastors think they're really popular, but Jesus says all them hypocrites and all them people that were gathered to them lying preachers are false prophets, man. He says how terrible it is when people speak well of you. Oh, you have such a blessed ministry. Oh, you have such and this and that. There's no power of God in there. I mean, wow. But then he deals with me. So here's my heart. I can sit there and talk about everybody, something I don't have. I'm not pastoring a church and I'm not leading nobody. I don't have no mega ministry. But what Jesus says to my heart and to each individual is you just need to love your enemies and do good to those who hate you. Speak blessing and not curse. And pray. Pray for those who mistreat you. Somebody slaps you on the cheek, give them the other. If someone takes your coat, give them your jacket. If somebody asks you for something, give it to them. If somebody takes it, say, all right, it's all good, man, you can have it. Do for others just what you want them to do for you. He says, if you only love people that love you, what blessing is there? Even sinners like each other and love each other. So if you're just doing good to all those that do good, what kind of blessing are you going to receive? Well, sinners do that. Then he says, then if you land and give stuff to people expecting to get something back, what blessing is there in that? Even sinners give and lend, and they're so, oh, I love you, brother. I love you, sister. Here's money, or let me help you. But in reality, you know what they're saying? You better pay me back. Isn't that the hypocrites you see today? You know, oh, I'll help you, but you better pay me back. You know, that's exactly what they are. People say this on the outside, but on the inside, they're evil, manipulative hypocrites that want it all back. They give you whatever because they want something in return. They're selfish. They want your service. They want your what you got. They want you to be their slave. They want you to bow down to them and serve them because you're helping them. You know. So he says, nah, man, don't be like what those people. Jesus is, and he's teaching his disciples, don't be like that. You know how many people are like that? We talk about discipleship. We try to disciple people on God, and we're not even close to this. We disciple everybody for everything else, how to give and get back, how to lend and get back, how to do this, and everything opposite of what I just read is the modern day disciple maker in our churches today. You know, and then Jesus just goes, you know, just love your enemies and do good to them. Lend and don't expect anything back. Then you'll have a great reward, and you will be children of the Most High God. For, for He is good. He is good to those who are ungrateful and wicked. Wow. So be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. Don't judge. If you judge, God will judge you. Don't condemn, or God will condemn you. Give, and God will give. And God will give you a good measure, a blessing, all that you can hold. For how you deal with others is how God will deal with you. So Brothers and sisters, man, God doesn't play with his children. He's for real. And I hope you're for real. God bless you, Brother Maya. Uh, uh, I'll see if I keep going. I'm not too sure, but praise God. Get into prayer. Bless your family, your job, your church. I pray that all is well and continue to be a blessing to others. Love you all. We'll see you later. All right.